As we move along in this season of firsts for the NFL in Los Angeles, it's time for the Rams' first preseason game Saturday against the Dallas Cowboys. With the Los Angeles Times, this is Gary Klein. I'm Lindsey Thiry, and Saturday will be the first time that most fans really get a good look at the Rams' #1 pick, Jared Goff. But they'll have to wait just a few series because Case Keenum will be Saturday's starter, and he will play 2 to 3 series.
Not going to play too much. Everyone is waiting, I think, including the coaching staff and the Rams brain trust, to see Jared Goff in a game situation. We've seen him in rookie camp, we've seen him in off-season workouts, and here in training camp. Now it's time to put it out there in a game situation.
A quick recap of Jared Goff's progress through those camps. He's learned the playbook. He's still trying to spit out all those words. Some interceptions still, but also we've seen some really nice throws from him.
We've seen him make the kinds of mistakes I think you'd expect any rookie to make. You mentioned the interceptions. He's had some drop balls at the line of scrimmage, but he's also had some of those kinds of plays that make you go, okay, I get why they did this. And now he's going to take the field against a team that he's not accustomed to going against someone who's going to be trying to stop him in a game situation, and we'll see how it plays out.
Jeff Fisher wants fans to leave Saturday's game with no voice, and perhaps that'll be because fans are too busy screaming for Todd Gurley, Kenny Britt, Tavon Austin on offense, and then perhaps on defense, we'll see a sack or two, maybe not, from Aaron Donald.
This is the first chance for Rams fans to really get to know these players. And the fact that you mentioned some of these star players, they're not going to see a whole lot of them because like Case Keenum, they're only going to play a few series, but you're going to get an opportunity to see the guys that are pushing to make this roster. Because remember, the Rams are going to have to cut down from 90 to 75 to 53. And this is where it starts for those guys on the fringe to really make an impression.
A few key positions to really keep an eye on if that's what you want to track would be the offensive line and defensive back. What have you been seeing from those positions?
Well, at cornerback, I think that's the most highly publicized. Playing opposite Trumaine Johnson, who is the franchise cornerback, you've got a position battle going on with LaMarcus Joyner, E.J. Gaines, who has been kind of in and out because of a hamstring issue, and Cody Sensabaugh, who was acquired as a free agent. So that cornerback spot is one thing. On the offensive line, Roger Saffold has been playing right tackle while they wait for Rob Havenstein to come back. So I just think you're going to see a lot of different players being shifted around, again, as they really start this evaluation process.
Receiver has been a weak spot when it comes to position groups for this team. There's a battle going on there for guys to make the team. Undrafted free agents, a few rookies have stood out. Pharaoh Cooper, Duke Williams, an undrafted free agent, and Nelson Spruce, a guy we're familiar with because he's from Colorado.
That receiver battle, of course, going through the exhibition season, we're going to see a lot of passes. They're going to get opportunities to show what they can do. And as you mentioned, Duke Williams, a guy from Auburn who didn't finish the season with them after getting thrown off the team for punching a teammate. He's taken advantage of his opportunity here. He's really made an impression, not only in special teams practices, but as a receiver. Nelson Spruce, as you mentioned, another guy that is catching a lot of balls. They're in competition to get one of those roster spots at receiver or on a practice squad.
And speaking of special teams, that's not when you want to go to the concession stands because that's usually one of the most competitive parts of an exhibition game. That's when guys who are on the fringe of making this roster really want to light a few guys up out there and show that they're physical enough to play in the NFL.
A big hit, a key return, a nice block, those are the kinds of things that will stand out. And again, they only have limited opportunities here. There's only 4 exhibition games, so this is their chance to really make an impression.
Gary and I will be in the Coliseum. Just a quick reminder, be sure to bring your clear bag, and there'll be more about that policy on the Los Angeles Times website. And Gary and myself, plus other members of our Los Angeles Times sports team, will absolutely be at the Coliseum on Saturday. With Gary Klein, I'm Lindsey Thiry.